All right, if you're going to evaluate, and we have to use these equations up here, it's all about knowing which one of these two equations we're going to use. It goes by this part. If the x value is bigger than 2, we're going to use the top one. If the x value is less than or equal to 2, then we're going to use the bottom one. That's how you tell. So, -6. Am I going to use the red or the blue? Let's see. Which one?
The blue.
The blue. -6 is less than 2, so I'm definitely going to use the blue. So that's why I'm going to do 1/2 times -6 minus 1. If you're bad at arithmetic, type that in your calculator and get an answer. Okay? It should be -4. Okay? Number 2. The red or blue?
Blue.
Blue. 2 is equal to. That's why I use the blue. Are you watching this? You were having trouble earlier, Yaveen. So, please, if I do something you don't understand, speak up. I'm using the blue, so that's going to be 1/2 times 2 minus 1. What's that going to be? 0. Irvine, for number 3, am I going to use the red or the blue? I'm going to use the red, because 3 is greater than, so I use the red. So that's why I'm going to do 8 times 3 plus 3. So that's 24 plus 3, so that's 27. Any questions right there? For number 4, 5, and 6, notice the change in letter. Now it's G, function G. That means I'm over here on the right-hand side now, okay? Now, these are a little strange because notice it's just a number. G, it just has a 2. It just has a 3. There's nothing to plug into. Irvine, how do I handle it when there's just a number? No x's. What do I do then? Okay? No te acuerdas? Look, number 4. We're supposed to do -3. So start by telling me this, Irvine. Is it going to be the red or the blue that we're going to use?
It's going to be the red.
Okay, it's going to be the red. -3 is less than 0, so we're going to do the red. Margaret, can you tell me what the answer is going to be since we're using the red? Nope. Can you give me a guess, Reyes? Huh? How about Greder? No. Maritza? No. Jesus? Nope. Okay. I got my friend here in the front row, Kelvin. Look, Kelvin said, and see if you guys can understand where he's getting this from. He said 3. Blam. Now, everybody in the front row that wasn't sure, can you see where he's getting the 3 from?
Yep.
We had already agreed that we were going to use the red. Right? Everybody understood we were going to use the red? Well, look. When it's just a number, that's the answer. So if we're going to use the red, the only possible answer we can get from using the red is 3. Se acabó. That's it. Okay? Back to Irvine. G at 0. Red or blue?
Red.
Red. ¿Cuál es la respuesta? What's the answer? 3. Nailed it. As soon as you see it's going to be the red and all you've got is a number, that's the answer. 3. Okay? Margaret. Looking at number 6. Red or blue? Blue. What's the answer? 2. Very good. Okay? Once you decide it's going to be blue, all I got is 2. So the answer is just 2. That's it. All right? Everybody understand how it works now?
Yep.
¿Entienden todos? Okay. All right. That's how that works. This is my favorite. This is the quickest and easiest. If you're evaluating from a graph, you should be able to look at it and instantly inmediatamente. You know the answer. Okay? Are you guys able to do that? Let's see. Miss Reyes, number 7. Can you tell me the answer? 3. Okay? The answer to number 7 is 3. ¿Entendiste or no? 2? Okay. Look, this is how we do it. From the graph, we're supposed to evaluate 1. Okay? Vertical line. In your mind, everybody imagine a vertical line. So I'm imagining a vertical line at 1. So that would be like right here. Okay? So there's my vertical line. Let's see, I'm going to make it green. Make it a little bigger. Okay? See that vertical line at 1? Where does it touch the graph? Yeah, see, so look at it this way. It touches the graph right here. Okay? It touches here at 3. That's why the answer is 3. Okay? It's all about a vertical line. Okay? So, Greder. What's the answer for negative 3? Let's see, positivo or negativo? Negative 5, okay? Number 8 is going to be negative 5. Again, if you just take your vertical line and put it at negative 3, it moves kind of slow. Alright, there's my vertical line at negative 3. It hits right here. Blam! That's negative 5. That's why the answer is negative 5. Maritza. 0. Alright? Es un poco engañoso. ¿Cuál es la respuesta? Number 9. 0. Okay? Please understand. I was afraid that somebody might... Whoops, wrong thing. I was afraid that somebody might look at this. If I put a vertical line at 0, somebody might think, oh, it seems like it's hitting 3 different spots. Why is it not hitting 3 different spots? Right, only one of them is closed. The 2 that are open, no importan. They don't matter. Okay? It's only the closed one counts. So 0, that's the one. Alright, is everybody cool with that? Kind of. Oh, that's right, you weren't. You've been absent. Okay, so let me talk to you, Mr. Perez. Nah, too late. Demasiado tarde. Okay, so looking at this one, guys, especially Mr. Perez. What is he mumbling over there? What's the answer to number 10, Mr. Perez?
1.
Number 10 is 1. Ms. Street, what's the answer to number 11? Negative 1. What's the answer to number 12? Oh, yeah, I meant to say Burton or something, but yeah. Negative 2. Okay, I just threw those up there without explanation. Who does not understand any one of those? Who has a question about one of those 3 I just did? Happy to break it down for you. Questions? Preguntas. Which one? All of them? Vertical. Vertical line. So let's say take the middle one, for example. Negative 2. Okay? So picture your vertical line at negative 2 like this. So here's a vertical line at negative 2. Blam. Okay? Vertical line, uh-oh, I need power. I'll get it later. So with my vertical line, and then here's where it hits, right there. That's why that's negative 1. Okay? All right. So I'm going to jump in and do the next few problems. So pay attention and stuff. Yeah. All right, so number 13. Alright, so this top piece, I'm graphing y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1. So I'm going to start with negative 1 for my y-intercept. That would be right here. Blam, negative 1. And then because of that slope, negative 1 over 2, that's down 1, right 2. So here I go. Down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. Again and again. Repeat on the other side. Up 1, left 2, etc., 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 etc. So I should have all those dots. Now, focus on the cutoff value. Okay? This part right here, negative 2. That's the cut. That's where it begins. That's where it stops, however you want to think of it. X value of negative 2. So let's see. I look at all these red dots, and I ask myself, which one has an x value of negative 2? I'm hoping you can see that it's this one, where I just highlighted. That's where it has an x value of negative 2 right here. So that's where I begin. So then it's just a matter of, well, let's see, first of all, open circle or closed circle. Let's see, that's going to be an open circle, and I'm going to do the left side of the graph because it's less than. So I need to make this an open circle and do it to the left. So open circle should be right here, and then I draw in the left-hand side. So please, even my geniuses in the back that were finished, every time I do something, you should look up, say, yep, I had it right, and then go back to whatever, doing your homework. Did anybody have this part wrong and you need more explanation? Okay. Now I'm going to do the next part. Okay, so this is basically y equals x. Is this going to be a horizontal line? Nope. It's going to be a segment. It's going to be diagonal, okay? Y equals x. That's like y equals x plus 0. So the y-intercept is 0. So there's my first dot is at 0. And then the slope is 1 over 1. So I'm just going to go up 1 over 1. So it's going to be like this. Irving, deja de hablar, por favor. Okay, so you see all the dots. Okay, so it's this diagonal line is y equals x. But I'm going to highlight the negative 2 x value. That's where it begins. Positive 1 x value. That's where it ends. So x value of negative 2 and 1. Those are the ones I'm going to highlight. So here's my x value of negative 2. I just highlighted it. And here's my x value of positive 1. Those two spaces I highlighted, that's where it begins and ends. And once again, I got those values from here, from the compound inequality. So it's going to be a segment. Notice the equal to signs. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. That means both of these are going to be filled in. Okay, so this is going to be a filled in circle. That's going to be a filled in circle. Okay? Margaret, does that make sense? All right? Did you fix that on your own ahead of time? Do you find your own mistake? Probably. So now I can erase all these extra dots. Okay, any questions so far? Now the last part I will do in blue. Okay, this is y equals 2. So that's just a horizontal line at 2. So y equals 2. That's like this. Here's a horizontal line at 2, just so you can understand. Here is the line y equals 2. Alright, that orange line I just drew, that's the line y equals 2. But, again, I don't get to graph the whole thing. I need to start at this cutoff value, 1. So I'm going to highlight the point that has an x value of 1. That's this spot right here. Okay, that's the place that has an x value of exactly 1. It'll be an open circle because you see the greater than. Okay, so I need an open circle right there. And then I will go to the right. To the right because it is greater than. So I got my open circle, and then I do to the right. And then I'll just erase all the stuff I don't need. Link. Okay, so there it is. That's what this graph should look like. Any questions about it? Do these have domain and range on them somewhere? Nope. Alright, any questions about number 13? Okay. Alright, number 14. Okay, so I've got y equals 2. I'm going to graph that first. Okay, y equals 2. That's a horizontal line at 2 again. So y equals 2. Here's my horizontal line at 2. Okay, so there's the line y equals 2. I'm going to cut it off at -3 though. Closed circle at -3. So here's a closed circle at -3. And then I'm going to go to the left because it's less than. So I'm going to draw this part of it. Okay? Everyone should have that piece on your graph, just like I did. Check what you did. Make sure you agree with me. Any questions so far? Now we'll do the next piece. Oh, these are all horizontal lines. Okay, so I'm going to go a little faster. Okay, y, okay, that's supposed to be green now. Y equals -1. That's a horizontal line at -1. Between -3 and +3. Okay, so here I am at -1 down here. But I've got to be between -3 and +3. So I'm going to be between these two. Now, which ones are filled in? None of them. Okay, none of them have the or equal to on it, so I will leave them both open circles like this. So that's what that part of the graph should look like. Okay, so now we'll graph. Any questions? Alright, last part. Y equals 3. I'm graphing this part now. This is going to be to the right. Y equals 3 is a horizontal line at 3. Okay, so y equals 3. I'm a horizontal line at 3. It said I need to cut it at 3 and go to the right. Okay, so this is what number 14 should have looked like. Check your answer, number 14. Any questions? Did everybody get it right? Alright. Irvine, you had it right? Alright, I'm going to come look at your paper at the end of class. I want to see all this stuff done, okay? You worry me sometimes, my brother. Alright, number 15. What are we doing? Wait, what are the directions for this? Just do a graph. I guess it's same direction, just graph. Okay, am I going to draw a straight line for this? Is anybody going to draw a straight line for this?
No.
What kind of a shape do these always make?
V.
A V. Absolute value is always a V, so please make sure. I like to start with the vertex. What's the vertex of this guy? 2, 0. 2, 0. Does everyone understand how I got the vertex?
Yeah.
So 2, 0, my vertex is here. Now I do the slope. Down 1, right 3. So that's going to be like this. So that gives me the right-hand branch. Now I reverse it for the V. So down 1, left 3 like this. So that gives me that side of the branch. So that's how I did number 15. That's it. Any questions on that? Number 16. What's the vertex on number 16? 0, -1. So the vertex is going to be right here. Check your work. Because of the slope, I see it's up 2, right 1 from here. Up 2, right 1. Repeat, repeat. This gives me the right-hand side of the V. I will make the V by reflecting it. So up 2, left 1. Up 2, left 1. Up 2, left 1. So now I have the left-hand side of my V. Whoops. Any questions about number 16? Okay, number 17. Write an absolute value equation for number 20. Oh, I guess we got to do number 20. Or maybe we don't have to. Let's see, where's number 20? Oh, okay. So we need to write an absolute value equation for this, because this is number 20. Well, it's all about the vertex. What's the vertex of this thing? -5, 1. Okay, so the vertex is -5, 1. Okay, that means an equation, the vertex tells me what goes inside the absolute value and what goes outside. Because of the -5, what goes inside of this? X plus 5. And then because of the 1, I have plus 1. Now, the only other thing I have to worry about is there a slope number that I have to put in the front? Let's see. It goes down 1 over 1. So I just need a negative sign. The slope part is just a 1. But it is upside down, so I do need the negative. That will be part of it. So this is your answer to the number 17. So I'm going to capture it and move it. Wait, I passed it. Oh, it's number 18. Okay. Okay, so that's the answer to number 18. That's my absolute value equation. Wait, what? Wait, so yeah, that was right. That was the absolute value for number 20, right? What? Oh, on your paper it says 17? Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be 18. All right. Anyway, state the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is just the vertical line through the vertex. So that's just going to be, vertical line is always x equals something. It was -5. So the axis of symmetry, x equals -5. Don't just put -5, put x equals -5. It's a vertical line. X equals. Did I lose anybody right there on the axis of symmetry? You look worried. You're good? Okay. Okay. Now, so here's the last thing, the last concept that we learned. Given the graph, you have to be able to go from the graph to a piecewise function. Okay, for some of you, this is the hardest part. So, check it out. I always do the left side first for some reason. This will be no exception. Alright, so I'm about to do the left side of this V, which I'm coloring in red. So I need an equation for this thing. Let's see. It's like y equals mx plus b, you know? I need the slope. Can you guys know what the slope of this line is? Yeah, if I look at these dots, if I put dots kind of where it touches exactly, this is where my dots would be. So it seems to be going down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. So can you see that it's negative 3? Okay, because it's downhill. So negative 3. So negative 3x. Now, I still need the y-intercept number that goes on it. If I can continue the pattern, will it hit the... No, it's going to be off the graph. So, do you remember how I can find the y-intercept number when it goes off the graph like this? Y equals mx plus b. So that's what I'm going to do right in this area right here. I'm about to do y equals mx plus b. Okay? It's all about the vertex. The vertex of this thing is negative 8, comma, 2. That's my x and my y that I'm about to plug into y equals mx plus b. Just use a vertex. So this becomes, so the y value is 2. So this will become 2 equals. The slope, I've already had that. That was negative 3. And then the x value is negative 8 plus b. Just use your y equals mx plus b to get the b value. Alright, you missed this yesterday, Mr. Perez, so I hope you're watching. And then negative 3 times negative 8 is 24 plus b minus 24. That gives me b is negative 22. That's my b value. Okay, so here's my equation then. Y equals negative 3x minus 22. So I can go ahead and write that down. So negative 3x minus 22. Don't forget the if part. If. Now the part that comes next is where you say x is. Now I'm either going to say x is less than something or x is greater than something. I'm looking for the cutoff number, the x value where it changes. It's always going to be the x value of the vertex, you guys. Yeah. Okay, it's the vertex, see? So you can just get it right from this negative 8. So I'm going to say x is less than negative 8. Negative 8 is the cutoff. You see, this is where it changes right here at negative 8. So that's it for the left side. Now the right-hand side. I always do the right side in blue. The right-hand side, look, the slopes are always the same for a V, except for one's negative, the other one will be positive. So I know the other one's going to be positive 3x. All I need is the y-intercept. Can I just see it, or do I have to y equals mx plus b it? I'm going to have to y equals mx plus b it. I'm just going to erase and do it over again. Erase, 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 erase. Okay, so I'm doing y equals mx plus b. I'm still using my vertex. So I'm still using the 2 and the negative 8 just like before. The only change is the slope. For the red line, it was downhill, it was negative 3. For the blue line, it's uphill, it's positive 3. So all I'm really going to do is change that negative 3 to a positive 3. Then I will finish my y equals mx plus b calculations. Okay, so this becomes 2 equals negative 24 plus b. This time I'm going to have to add 24 to both sides. So that's going to give me b equals 26. So this time I get 26 out of it. So that's why I will have plus 26 right now. If the last time it was the left side, so I did less than. This time it's the right side, so I will do greater than or equal to. It doesn't matter which one you make the or equal to one. Just pick one. Okay, these will be the same. -8 is still the cutoff value. So boom, that's how you do number 19. All right? Some of you find that kind of tricky. Domain and range. This one does have domain and range. Oh no. All right, fine. I'll do it the hard way. Whoa. Come back to me. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, so domain and range. The domain is simple. What's the domain? Negative infinity to positive infinity. What's the range, you guys? You gave me an x value just then. Give me a y value. Instead of -8, give me the y value. 2. Okay, 2 to positive infinity. All right, Jesus, ¿entiendes por qué es 2? Okay, because up and down, 2 and up. All right, that's the domain and range. Okay, so one more. This time it's not a V, so we have to do each piece on its own as far as writing these equations. So here I go. I'm still going to color it. I'm still going to let this one be blue, and I'm going to let this one be red. It helps me. Okay, here comes the red one first. Y equals. What's the slope of this red line, you guys? 2. Positive or negative? Can you see that's -2? It's going downhill from left to right. That's a negative number. So that means -2x. I don't have to do y equals mx plus b this time. What's the y-intercept? 2. So -2x plus 2. That's the first one. So let me go ahead and fill that in. So here I go. -2x plus 2. If x is less than or equal to, what's the cutoff value, you guys? 1. Look, here's the cutoff value. See it? That yellow line I just drew, that's where it changes from the one piece to the other piece. So 1. So, do you understand why I had to put the or equal to? This time I didn't have a choice. This one had to be or equal to. Okay, because it's filled in. It's a filled in circle. Now the blue part. Okay, y equals. What's the slope of this one, you guys? 1. Positive or negative? Positive. So I will just put x because it has the invisible 1 in front of it. So x. What about that y-intercept, you guys? Can you guys see the y-intercept will be -3? The idea is to continue the line further, and you see that this is where it would touch. It would touch a -3. Is that clear? So I will put x minus 3 if x is greater than 1. These two numbers are always the same. Did you follow that? Because that's really as hard as it gets. The domain is still -infinity to positive infinity. Now the range. Let's see who can get it 100% correct. Somebody talk to me about the range. I'm hearing things that are close. It's going to start at -2. I heard a lot of wrong answers at first. Look at it. Can you understand why the range begins with -2, not 1 or anything like that? Not +2, -2. How does the range end? Infinity. Now, watch this. I'm about to make a mistake, and I need you to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
It's not included by the bracket.
What did I just do wrong, you guys? Okay? That -2 will not have a square bracket on it. It will have to be round. Why? Look at the, it's an open circle this time at the bottom. It's open circle, not included. I must use a round to show that it is not included. Alright, Paige is going to be last to leave because she's packing up early. Nobody else make Paige's mistake. Y'all know my pet peeve. You hold still. Yeah, y'all too. All my girls. Okay, Kayla's still okay. Alright. Oh, did I? The domain and range, so this one right here. The domain's going to be -infinity to +infinity. What will be the range of this picture right here? -infinity to 1. Okay? Let's see. Looking at the left side of this graph, it's up 1 over 1, so that's x. The y-intercept, I think I can just count it over. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x plus 6. If x is less than -5, because that's the cutoff. Okay? Now the other side. If this one is positive x, the other one will be negative x. Y-intercept is -4. So negative x minus 4. If x is greater than or equal to -5. See how fast you can do these when you know what you're doing? Alright, we'll have to stop it there.